like I said, second in E-Town. Matt Field has yet to win an event, but he currently leads the championship. Come to that first inside clip. Both wrap around it. Approach that first outside zone, now to the second outside zone. Rome dialing it in. See a little handbrake pull, and then looks like Matt Field center punching that second inside clip. Now coming to that final outside zone. How are they going to handle it? Rome Charpentier gets all the way out there. Matt Field comes up just a bit short. So I'll tell you what, a good lead run by Rome Charpentier. You know, you're kind of looking at both vehicles, where they're at, analyze it. What do you see, Ryan?
Well, I saw a couple of errors from Matt Field. So let's look at the replay and confirm what we saw in the live version. Nice and tight on inside clip. Number one, both pretty good on outside zone 1, both pretty good on outside zone 2. Field's following him really well. Field center punches that inside clip, so that's the first big mistake that I saw from him. And then right here, Rome, nice and wide and outside zone 1. Field on that tighter line. Field did not get a tire in the box and outside zone 3, but that's what he needs to do in the chase position to show that he is able to mimic what the lead driver's doing. Right here, it looked like Rome may have left outside zone number 2 a little bit early. Matt Field not quite center punches the inside clip, but definitely the right side of that front bumper made contact. And right there is one of the bigger problems with the chase run from Matt Field, and that's missing outside zone number 3 while Rome filled it. So Rome going into the chase position now needs to fill outside zone 3 if Matt does. Just needs to stick it to his door. Field going into the lead needs to run as good as Rome just did, and Rome just put together a really solid lead run. Put his car in all the right places. I think he may have only left outside zone 2 a little bit early, but other than that, really tight on the clips, deep in most of the zones. Yeah. So Matt Field has a big run ahead of him here if he wants to stay in contention.
And you know, you're doing a really good job of kind of looking at Rome, looking at Matt. A lot of eyeballs on Matt because, you know, here we are, that Spirit kind of taking down the big dog, but he's still gunning for his first ever championship. He's worked hard to get to this point. So even though there's a lot of eyeballs, a lot of pressure on him, he has yet to win an event. He has yet to win an overall championship, but this is the closest he's been so far. Yeah. And you know, Rome, we haven't really talked about this, how high speed the track is, the wheel speed. They're burning through these tires real quick. So tire attrition is something we really haven't spoken about. So keeping the tire under your car, do you have enough tire to finish it out? Because they're ripping through these, obviously, each battle. Here we go, Matt Field, the Beast of the Bay out front, 777, comes now into 104 miles per hour. He talked about that speed. He said he was down in horsepower, but right now he's absolutely tuned up to that second outside zone. Look at the angle from him. You can see nothing but Falcon tire wrapped around those 4-stars. Now coming down the last outside zone. Filling all of it? Yes, he does. He rides right there. Look at Rome Charpentier. Great proximity from Rome. And he does drop a little tire, but he did not lose drift. He went and drifted across that finish line. A great execution by Rome Charpentier. Now, keep in mind, remember in E-Town how busy Rome was? That gentleman had multiple one-more times. He has given it the beans, as they say in the UK. And I'll tell you what, really well done by both the drivers. Matt Field, 104 miles per hour on initiation.
Yeah, so let's look at Matt Field's accuracy in the lead. He has to be as good as Rome was or better. He's off of inside clip 1. He's in the green in outside zone number 1. Great on outside zone 2. You can see that in the chase, Rome is almost doing everything. Matt misses inside clip 2, but does a great job in outside zone number 3. You can see that Rome is doing the exact same thing that Matt did in the chase. He's making a compromise on line right there through zone 3, but Matt missed a couple of key areas there, inside clip 1 and inside clip 2. He was clean on everything else, but on Rome's lead, Rome was tight on everything. The only thing he did was miss the second half of outside zone number 2 in his lead run. So you have to analyze the errors that were made, the successes that both drivers have, and see if there's an advantage in both or at least one of the positions.
Wow, crazy! A really great effort there. You could see the graphic that's on the back of Rome's vehicle. Give moderns hell, and you know, he's piling that E36. So here is our BC Racing Go for Gold side-by-side replay. Again, also United States Air Force replay.
All right, as you watch the initiation, look at where both drivers are at inside clip 1. Nice and tight is Rome, off is Matt Field. Both a good job on outside 1. Rome left zone 2 a little early. Field filled it better. Field was tighter Rome was tighter on inside clip 2. Field was off a little bit. And then right there, Rome has better proximity, even though they're both making a compromise on outside zone number 2. Now, in the chase position, you have to look at who did a better job there. This is a tough one.
This is really tough, and a lot of pressure on the judges, just overall. But let's take a look. I believe we got all judges' input. Where are my Matt Field fans at? One more look here. Look at Matt Field. Again, championship implications here. You saw the gap. So, and, taking a look at this, he's trying. All right, so taking a look at this, just the analyzation here. And let's score it here. Just really splitting hairs. So slide him left for Rome, right for Matt Field, and we got, again, our current points leader. The pressure mounts. Left for Rome, right for Matt Field. And that's a one more time across the board. One more time. And Ryan, you need here. So here we go. Rome Charpentier will lead. He qualified 10th. Here's our one more time battle between Rome and Matt Field. Rome initiates in that first inside clip. You see Matt just barely nickel with that front left corner to that second outside zone. Both the drivers go. You see the angle here now coming into that second inside clip. Both of them zeroing in on it. Looks like Matt Field not leaving anything, said, I'm going to hit those darn inside clips. He missed them on that first battle. Rome gets all the way into that outside zone. Matt was flirting with it. I think it was on the line of entry in that last outside zone. And I really think Matt says, look, I'm not going to miss those inside clips. I'm going to nick them so you know I hit them. Rome wrapping it around properly. What's your stance on hitting those inside clip cones?
Well, it's all going to be comparative. It depends what Rome does in his chase.
Right.
So just a little tap there. Good job on line for both there. Matt maybe wasn't as deep in zone 1, but following well through zone 2. Look at the proximity through in clip 2. Again, just taps that inside clip. And there's that proximity on the transitions I was looking forward to, as you asked me earlier today. Great job from both, but you can see the consistency from Rome. He's putting his car in the same place essentially on every single run. Doing a great job there. Matt is making slight sacrifices, but look at that proximity. You can't argue with that. That is beautiful. That transition right there. The car positioning. You can see that a couple of little bobbles from Rome in the lead position through outside zone 3. Matt isn't quite as deep in outside zone 3. His tire is just kind of inside that white line. But now it's going to come down to Rome. How can he put together a chase behind Matt? And how well can Matt do on his lead run? Matt has some big shoes to fill here, let's say, in terms of trying to match what Rome just put together. Rome was deep in all the zones. He may have left outside zone number 2 a little bit early, but he fills 1, transitions the car, and gets to zone 2 pretty well. Just left zone 2 early, and Matt was following right behind.
So a big battle here, and this is where Matt needs to show some dominance, that he is your points leader and wants to be champion. And we talked about that, just under 50 points. Matt Field is ahead of Frederick Osbo, so there are some big points at stake here, big position power plays, because keep in mind, 100 points at stake for first, 91 for second, you see 80, 67, so on and so forth. But again, 4 of the top 5 drivers are in top 16 already. So here we go. Matt Field out front, Rome Charpentier in the chase position. Matt Field's really going to need to show why he's called the Beast of the Bay and your current points leader. He's yet to have a victory this year, but would love to get on top of the box or in the conversation and stay in that conversation. Into that second outside zone, big power, big angle. Now approaching that second inside clip. A little bit off, but big angle. Rome falling back a little bit. He needs to apply the pressure, and there goes Matt Field into it. And look at Rome. Look how deep Rome is. He does waver in that chase position. Matt Field did exactly what he needs to do. I'll tell you, kind of alternating here. Remember, keep in mind, they can go another one more time, and Rome has seen this. And again, not a pushover by any means. He's not in the championship conversation, but right now, oh, he slid into those DMs, my friend.
I liked Matt Field's line from outside zone 2 to inside clip 2, whereas with Rome, it was a little bit tight. You know, he left outside zone 2 early. So let's look at Matt, who's pulling away here at initiation. Good job on inside clip 1. Good job on outside zone 1.
Ooh.
You can see there, Rome goes real long on zone 1 and then misses zone 2. Matt Field has a nice arc from zone 2 to in 2. And then right here, you can see Matt right on that line, all the way wide. And you can see that Rome is situated very similarly to where Matt had, Matt is, I got confused.
It's good. No, it's good. It's
Matt,
good, man.
Rome was in the same spot as Matt was on his chase. There we go. I got it right now.
No, and I love just analyzing all the different angles. You know, here we are, requested and asked upon us as our role, for me especially, to knee-jerk reaction and react. Getting that eye in the sky, getting the different POV, and getting all the different angles, no pun intended, is how we need to execute. And you guys need to, you know, get the verdict here. So slide him left for Rome or right for Matt Field, and Matt Field gets the win. But hey, round of applause for Rome Charpentier, an absolute weapon.